Hello viewers, good morning. You know myself, I am K. Bhaskar, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Chemistry at SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. In this video presentation, we are going to discuss about the topic that is cyanides and isocyanides, alkyl cyanides and alkyl isocyanides. These functional groups also have nitrogen atom in them, right? And if you look at the learning outcomes, these are the learning outcomes. By the end of the video presentation, we are going to learn about the definition of cyanides and isocyanides, as well nomenclature, and we are going to learn about the preparation of cyanides and isocyanides, properties of cyanides and isocyanides, right? You see here alkyl cyanides, right? Before going into this topic, here you see hydrogen cyanide, that is HCN, right? This is also known as hydrocyanic acid. Yes or no? Yes. And you see here, this is also known as hydrocyanic acid or prussic acid. It exists in two tautomeric forms. One is hydrogen cyanide and another one is hydrogen isocyanide, right? These two, hydrogen cyanide and hydrogen isocyanide, these are tautomers. That means in this there is a shift of hydrogen atom from one position to the other position. They are interconvertible isomers. Hydrogen cyanide exists in two tautomeric forms. Hence, it can form two types of alkyl cyanide and alkyl isocyanide corresponding to the two tautomeric forms, right? So, right, hydrogen cyanide exists in two tautomeric forms, right? Hydrogen cyanide and hydrogen isocyanide. Hence, it forms two types of alkyl corresponding to the two tautomeric forms, that is alkyl cyanide and as well as alkyl isocyanide. And let us discuss about the nomenclature of these compounds, right? And according to IUPAC name, we give the nomenclature to the CN group, that is alkane nitrile, right? If you look at here, this is the hydrogen cyanide, right? Its IUPAC name is methane nitrile because it is having one carbon in it. Whereas the second example you see, this is having two carbon atoms, therefore ethane nitrile. The third one, it is having three carbon atoms, that is propane nitrile. Fourth one, it is having four carbon atoms. Its name is butane nitrile, right? According to the IUPAC rules, the general name for these compounds is, for alkyl cyanides, the general name according to the IUPAC rule is alkane nitrile, right? And if you look at the other type of nomenclature, we will also give the name for these alkyl cyanides as a acid nitrile, because these cyanides are nothing but, these are the by hydrolyzing these cyanides we will get the acids, therefore these are nothing but acid derivatives, right? So you see here, this compound we will name it as a formonitrile, because by hydrolyzing this compound we will get the formic acid. Similarly, when we hydrolyze this compound, we will get the acetic acid, therefore it is called as acetonitrile. When we hydrolyze this one, we will get the propionic acid, therefore this is named as propionitrile. Similarly, this compound we will name it as a butyrylnitrile, because upon hydrolyzing this compound we will get the butyric acid, right? And there is another type of nomenclature you see here, that is alkyl cyanide. Here this is hydrogen cyanide, and this compound we will call it as a methyl cyanide, right? Similarly, this is ethyl cyanide, right? And this is propyl cyanide. In this way, we will give the nomenclature for these compounds, that is acid derivatives as acid nitrile and alkyl cyanides, and in the previous slide you can see here that is alkane nitrile, right? And coming to the preparation of alkyl cyanides, we can prepare the alkyl cyanides by the interaction by heating of this alkyl halides with the potassium cyanide at appropriate temperature, that is 100 degrees Celsius. We will get the corresponding cyanide as the product. Here the potassium halide is the side product. And if you look at this reaction, if you take the other halides like chloride or bromide, right, or fluoride, right? If you look at the rate of reaction, if you look at this easiness, the ethyl halide will undergo this reaction very easily compared to that of ethyl fluoride, right? Similarly, if you take the if you look at here, this compound, it is having primary alkyl halide. This is of primary, right? If you take secondary or tertiary carbon, then if you observe the reaction, we see tertiary alkyl halides will undergo this reaction to give alkyl cyanide very easily compared to that of primary alkyl halides, right? So in this way, by heating these alkyl halides with the potassium cyanide at appropriate temperature, we will get the alkyl cyanides as the product. And coming to the second preparation, we can also prepare the alkyl cyanides from the alkyl potassium sulfate. Here I have taken methyl potassium sulfate as the reactant. When we interact this with the potassium cyanide under heating condition, we will get the ethyl cyanide as the product, right? Similarly, we can also obtain our alkyl cyanides from the hydrolysis of ammonium salts of carboxylic acids, right? How do we get this ammonium salts of carboxylic acids? From acetic acid. You see, when we treat this acetic acid with ammonia, we know ammonia is a base, carboxylic acid is an acid, we will get the ammonium acetate salt. This further undergoes dehydration. In presence of dehydrating agent like phosphorus pentoxide, it will loses a water molecule, right, to form this amide as the product, which will further upon treating with the dehydrating agent loses again one more water molecule to give this final product, right? That is our alkyl cyanide. In this way, by dehydrating the ammonium salt of carboxylic acids in presence of dehydrating agent like phosphorus pentoxide, we will get the alkyl cyanides. And finally, by dehydration of oximes also, we can also prepare the cyanides, right? You see here, this is the aldoxime, right? This aldoxime undergo dehydration in presence of dehydrating agents like acetic anhydride. This is a dehydrating agent, right? This is a dehydrating agent. In presence of this dehydrating agent, our aldoxime will loses water molecule to form methyl cyanide as the product, right? So coming to the next preparation of alkyl cyanides, by the interaction of Grignard reagent with the cyanogen chloride, we will get the alkyl cyanide as the product. You can see in this slide, methyl magnesium bromide will interact with the chlorocyanide to give methyl cyanide as the product. We know methyl magnesium bromide is a Grignard reagent, which is an organometallic compound which supplies the carbon anions, that is methyl carbon anion, right? So in this way we can prepare the alkyl cyanides. And coming to the properties of alkyl cyanides, generally alkyl cyanides are neutral substances with a pleasant smell, and they are polar in nature, right? They are soluble in water. Of course, their solubility in water decreases with increase in their molecular weight, and all the nitriles are readily soluble in organic solvents. They are less poisonous than the hydrogen cyanide. And finally, it gives signals. It shows the absorption peak in the IR spectrum at 2250 per centimeter, right? And coming to the chemical properties of alkyl cyanide, these alkyl cyanides are hydrolyzed by both the acid as well as the base medium to give carboxylic acid as the product. You see here, I have taken acetonitrile, which upon hydrolysis in presence of acid or base, it will give acetamide as the product. Further hydrolysis to give acetic acid as the product. Here ammonia is the side product. Coming to the second property, that is reduction, alkyl cyanides may be reduced to primary amines, right? Here I have taken acetonitrile. It will be reduced to give ethylamine, right? These alkyl cyanides will be reduced to give primary amines in presence of hydrogen, metal in presence of hydrogen like nickel or palladium, platinum in presence of hydrogen, or we will get the primary amines even in presence of lithium aluminum hydride. Metal, sodium and alcohol also will give the primary amine as the product, right? Coming to the third property, that is Stephens reaction. This is a mild reducing agent, that is a stannous chloride in presence of acid, that is hydrochloric acid. When an ether solution of an alkyl cyanide is reduced with this Stephens reducing agent, that is stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid, the product formed is imine, which will further treating with the steam, we will get the aldehyde as the product, right? In this way we will get the aldehydes as the product in the Stephens reduction. You can see here I have taken acetonitrile. When it is subjected to Stephens reducing agent, we get ethylamine as the product, which will further upon steam distillation we will get the acetaldehyde as the product. Coming to the fourth property, that is reaction with Grignard reagent. Our you see here our acetonitriles react with the Grignard reagent to give ketone as the product. That is, here we got acetone as the product, right? And coming to the uses of alkyl cyanide, these alkyl cyanides are very important intermediates in the laboratory. We use these alkyl cyanides in synthesis of nylon 6,6, right? For preparing this nylon 6,6 we need adiponitrile, which is an intermediate, right? From this intermediate adiponitrile we can synthesize the nylon 6,6. Similarly, acrylonitrile, that is vinyl cyanide, is an important solvent which is used during the extraction. These are the uses of alkyl cyanide. And if you look at the alkyl isocyanide, right, these are commonly named as alkyl isocyanide or alkyl isonitriles, or by putting the prefix iso before the name of the isomeric nitriles, right? We have already know that the hydrogen cyanide, which is also known as hydrocyanic acid or prussic acid, exists in two tautomeric forms, right? That is hydrogen cyanide and hydrogen isocyanide. Hence it forms two types of alkyl corresponding to the two tautomeric forms, that is alkyl cyanide and as well as alkyl isocyanide. Right now we are discussing the alkyl isocyanide. This is the nomenclature for these alkyl cyanides. According to IUPAC rules, the name is alkyl carbyl amine. Right, here the first carbon you can see here, this is named as methyl carbylamine. Second one, it is named as ethyl carbylamine. Third one, it is named as propyl carbylamine. Right. Coming to the another type of nomenclature, it is also commonly named as alkyl isocyanide or alkyl isonitrile, or it is named as acid isonitrile. Right. The first compound, that is CH3 attached to NC, it is named as methyl isocyanide or methyl isonitrile or acetoisonitrile. Coming to the second compound, it is named as ethyl isocyanide, ethyl isonitrile or propioisonitrile. The third one, that is propyl isocyanide or propyl isonitrile, butyroisonitrile. Right, in this way we will name these compounds. Coming to the preparation of these compounds, by heating the alkyl halides with the aqueous ethanolic solution of silver cyanide, we will get the alkyl isocyanates. Of course, during this reaction, a small amount of cyanide is also formed. Right, here I have taken ethyl iodide. When it is interacted with the silver cyanide at a heating condition, that is 100 degrees Celsius, we will get the ethyl isocyanide. Right. The second preparation method is a carbylamine reaction. Right, by heating the primary amines with the chloroform and alcoholic potash, we will get the isocyanide. Here I have taken ethylamine. By interacting with the chloroform and potassium hydroxide, we will get the ethyl isocyanide as the product. Right, these are the preparation methods of alkyl isocyanide. Coming to the properties of alkyl isocyanide, these alkyl isocyanates will undergo hydrolysis only in presence of acid medium, whereas we have already seen that alkyl cyanides will undergo hydrolysis both in acid as well as base medium. Right, whereas alkyl isocyanates will undergo hydrolysis in presence of acid medium to give primary amine as well as carboxylic acid as the product. Here I have taken methyl isocyanide, which will undergo hydrolysis in presence of acid medium to give methylamine and formic acid as the product. Similarly, coming to the second property, that is reduction, here I have taken ethyl isocyanide as the reactant. Right, our alkyl isocyanates upon catalytic reduction, right, like lithium aluminum hydride or catalytic reduction or with the nascent hydrogen atom, alkyl isocyanates will give secondary amines. You see here ethyl methylamine, this is the secondary amine, we will get the secondary amines, whereas alkyl cyanates upon reduction we will get the primary amines as the product. Right, coming to the third property, our alkyl isocyanates, when heated for a long time, they will rearrange it to give cyanide as the product. That means alkyl isocyanates upon heating rearrange to form alkyl cyanides. Right, coming to the fourth property, because of the presence of unshared electron pair on the carbon atom, our alkyl isocyanates are very reactive. Right, here you can see here this isocyanate, that is NC group, having triple bond with one bond coordinate covalent bond. That means there is a positive charge on nitrogen atom, negative charge on carbon atom. Right, because of this presence of unshared electron pair on the carbon atom, it will undergo addition. Right, they readily add oxygen, sulfur, halogens to form corresponding addition products. Here you can see alkyl isocyanate readily add to oxygen to give alkyl isocyanate. Similarly, second reaction you see alkyl isocyanide will add with the sulfur to give alkyl isothiocyanate, and alkyl cyanides finally will be added to halogens to give alkyl immunocarbonyl halide, right? These are the properties of alkyl cyanides. If you look at the physical properties of these alkyl isocyanates, they are having highly unpleasant smell. They are slightly soluble in water but freely soluble in organic solvents, right? They are more poisonous, right, and having less boiling point compared to that of alkyl cyanides, right? And if you look at the signals in the IR spectrum, they give signal in between the range of 2180 to 2120 per centimeter, which is lower than that of a cyano group, right? And coming to the uses, right, coming to the uses of alkyl cyanides, due to their unpleasant smell, alkyl isocyanates are used in detection of minute leakages, right? Due to the presence of their unpleasant smell, alkyl isocyanates are used in the detection of very minute leakages, right? And carbylamine reaction is used as a test for the detection of primary amino group in a given organic compound, right? In this way, if you look at the differences between the alkyl cyanide and alkyl isocyanides, we can say that alkyl cyanides are pleasant smell, whereas alkyl isocyanates are unpleasant smell. Boiling point: alkyl cyanides have high boiling point, alkyl isocyanates have less boiling point, right? Hydrolysis: alkyl cyanides will undergo hydrolysis both in presence of acid and base medium, right, whereas alkyl isocyanates will undergo hydrolysis in presence of acid medium. Reduction: alkyl cyanides will undergo reduction to give primary amine as the product, whereas alkyl isocyanates upon reduction will give secondary amine as the product. Heat: alkyl cyanides will not be affected during the heating, whereas alkyl isocyanates, they will be rearranged to give alkyl cyanides upon heating. These are the distinction between the alkyl cyanides and alkyl isocyanates, right? And if you summarize what we have learned about the this topic, that is alkyl cyanides and alkyl isocyanates, the important points are, right, we can prepare alkyl cyanides from the alkyl halide by treating with the potassium cyanide, whereas we will get the alkyl isocyanate by treating alkyl halide with the silver cyanide, right? Coming to the another important property, we have compared the alkyl cyanates with the alkyl isocyanates, right? That is hydrolysis, reduction, heating, boiling point, smell, right? I think right now you are feeling very comfort with what we have learned about this topic. Finally, if you have any doubts, please post your questions or doubts in the comment section. There your questions will be answered. Thank you for going through the video presentation. Nurture the nature for the future. Thank you.